Welcome to Capture the World with Dee. Interviews with companies and individuals to learn more about digitally capturing the built world. Video, drone, 3D tours, pictures, panoramas, and more. And now your host, a social influencer and community activist, Dee Johnson.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Capture the World with Dee. I'm your host, Dee Johnson. My guest today is the proud owner of Virtual Tour Sales, a course that teaches you how to sell virtual tour services for 5 figures in only 4 steps. But there's a secret. There's way more to this business than just the course. So, before we have our guest come on, he is joining us all the way from Ireland, and he has the cutest little accent. And we're going to try to make sure that he speaks a little bit slowly because he's a little hard to understand. But anyway, without further ado, please help me welcome Tomas Dunbar. Hey, Tomas, how are you doing?
Hey Dee, good thanks, good. And I know I'm under strict instructions to slow down today, so I'll try my best. Pull me back in line if I get out of line.
Yes, but love that accent. Oh. So for all you ladies out there, you're welcome. All right, so you are joining us from Ireland. You are the creator of Virtual Tour Sales. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how that all started.
Yeah. So I think last time I was on this with you, we just launched our online e-learning portal, which was a course which we kind of built over about 6-month period. And I suppose since then a lot has happened. We kind of transitioned into more of an agency approach, which means we kind of worked with a lot less customers, but more so of a hand-on approach in terms of helping them actually, I suppose, put the foundations in place in terms of their own sales and marketing to help them scale. And then since then, we've kind of transitioned into a software company. So we've kind of gone full circle. But I know a lot of people was telling me I was crazy to try and take on software as a service business. It's a different animal completely, especially when I don't come from a software background. But it kind of seemed like a natural transition for where we've come from and where we've been going.
Yeah. So how did so at the beginning you were selling videos on how to, like a class on how to sell virtual tours, right? Then you suddenly transitioned into what you have now. How did that come about?
Yeah, so yeah, it's a good question actually. It's kind of a funny story because it wasn't something that was, I suppose, planned. It was something that we started doing ourselves for our own business, and purely because, as most people know, as you start to scale, your costs start to scale, and that comes down to a lot of times in terms of software, in terms of marketing, in terms of, I suppose, sales tools that you need to help scale your business. And we were finding that we were spending more and more on a monthly basis, and a lot of these tools we found was necessary, but again, most people probably have 8 to 10 probably software packages running. And I was telling you last time we were speaking was that you nearly forget about some of them. You're paying a couple of $100 a month for some tools, and you even forget you're using them. But so really we saw it as a big problem because we had we grew to say 4 team members. And it was a bit of a nightmare trying to manage all of these, I suppose, team members and all of these packages, and I suppose in terms of sales and marketing software as well. So we started trying to build out something for our own business to have one kind of centralized platform that we could run everything through in terms of our sales, our marketing, our funnels, our, I suppose, customer management, our onboarding, all from one, I suppose, unified platform. And when we kind of successfully did that, it cut a lot of our time and costs, but then a lot of our customers that we were working with told us they had the same problems, that they were, I suppose, investing in a lot of software that a lot of it was on our recommendations as well, and we were helping them set it up. But again, it wasn't really a good long-term play because there's so many different options out there now, and the biggest issue of all is that you have data over here, you have it here, and it's very hard to get a higher level overview of how your business is performing in terms of sales and marketing when there's so many different platforms running. And that's kind of how we ended up not meaning to kind of transition into building out a similar platform for our virtual tour business customers in the end.
Yeah, so it started out as something that you needed, and so you created, and then sort of morphed into something for your customers, which is the best way to create a product, because then you know it's something that people need. And yes, I have been in a situation where I've worked at companies where you use so many different pieces of software to do all this stuff, and As my mother says, the left hand doesn't talk to the right hand.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a big issue. It's a big issue
Yeah.
with most businesses. Is trying to see how everything is performing, and it's very hard when there's no crossover in results. If you're using something for email marketing versus something for, say, landing pages or sales funnels, you have all these different distorted results everywhere, and more often than not, you're trying to connect them all via Zapier. And I mean, I was losing days if something broke down, trying to find where the breakdown in the cog was and trying to fix it. And yeah, it was just a very inefficient approach, but it seems to be the approach that most businesses have to actually take when it comes to it. So that's why we started looking elsewhere, and trying to build a solution that we wanted. And then I suppose, as you said, like it very much was a need, and we took the
Yeah.
time with it. And over, say, a 3 to 4 month period, we actually built out a platform for 5 virtual tour companies. So we knew exactly, we built their workflow into it, and that kind of
Mm.
gave us a good idea in terms of, I suppose, what we could then offer to a wider market.
Yeah, excellent. All right. So we've touched a little bit now on all this new software that you've introduced. So why don't you tell us what it is, what it does? Give us an overview.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's in essence, it's sales and marketing automation software, which that's kind of with a built-in CRM. So basically, what it does is it's built to handle everything in terms of, I suppose, incoming leads, customer management, the whole customer journey from when somebody puts their hand up and says that they might be interested in
Mm-hmm.
what you have to offer, to actually nurturing those leads, turn them into customers, and then even handling the contract side of things and storing that all into one place. So, do you want me to do a quick demo? It might be the
Sure.
easiest way to be able to show that. Can I share my screen?
Yes, you can.
Okay. See. Okay, so I suppose really what it's made up of. It's made up of a CRM system, marketing toolkit, and sales toolkit. And really, we have a number of tools that are built into all of these areas. And I suppose the big, I suppose, differentiator with our platform is that everything is pre-built. So when we're talking about all of these, like these are all of the ones that we were using, I suppose, and I felt it was very fitting to be able to actually show what we were nearly paying on a monthly basis in terms of, I suppose, CRM, contract management, kind of appointment and calendar scheduler, sales funnels and landing pages, and then there's another CRM. And really, we want to be able to something to replace all that. But the biggest issue that we've actually saw, and I suppose this is my background is in sales and marketing, so I've been I've been building, I suppose, web pages, landing pages, sales funnels, doing email marketing campaigns for years. But the biggest issue is that a lot of small businesses, we buy into these platforms, and then you have to build it all yourself.
Yeah.
So you're paying your kind of high monthly subscription, and then you have to actually start to build it out, and that could take anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months. And then you probably you need another platform to kind of have the next stage in the customer journey, and then have to hook it up to that and build that out. So really what we wanted to do is we wanted to work with a couple of virtual tour companies and build out these strategies that businesses can easily plug into. So it's not a case that you sign up to our platform and you have to build everything out. And our, I suppose, really unique selling point is that any virtual tour business can plug into our platform, and within 24 hours they can have their first campaign up and running. They can target new industries if they've never even heard of the industry, but we have content there basically that people can go after that. So again, with the CRM system, it's broken down into, there's lead tracking, so we can tell how engaged customers are in terms of engaging with the landing pages that we give people access to, if they're checking on emails, if they're visiting links again. And basically our system will give them a lead score. And as you get busier in your business, this does become important, because you want to be able to separate the hot leads from the cold leads and know
Sure.
where our time is best focused. And then we do have, I suppose, depending on hot leads versus cold leads, we have some tactics that are built in to automatically nurture the cold leads. So basically, we're basically like your sales team or your marketing team running in the background, and all of this is automated, and automated on what we know, I suppose, just from testing it with businesses, what ways is best to be able to nurture these leads and get them on your calendar, get on a sales call to ultimately try and help you close a sale. So then again, we've worked with everybody with this platform at this stage. We have kept it very kind of close knit. You won't see it advertised much, because again, it is only a couple of months out in the market at the moment, and we're trying to develop our support channels as well, and how to actually best satisfy our customers. But we do have some marketing agencies that are using this, that have up to say 10 teams on this. There might be an overall say sales rep that manages other salespeople in that. They all have access to their own CRM, their sales calendar, and all these landing pages and sales funnels that they can use to bring in their own leads and nurture those leads. So and then we have the brand new virtual tour businesses that I suppose don't really have maybe the budgets to hire a marketing agency or to develop a website, or a sales agency to try and help them get into the market, and we have them plugging into this to try and help them get the first sale. So really everything in between. So with the marketing toolkit, again, it's 100% white labeled. So when somebody signs up within a couple of hours, we can put this on their domain. So there's no branding or anything like that. There's no additional costs that you see with, I suppose, other packages that you have to pay additional for the white label option. We offer that straight out the bat. And then we have about 15 industries that are automatically built into this: ebooks, email marketing, funnels already set up. So everything that you could think of in terms of sales and marketing that a virtual tour business will inevitably end up doing, whether it's 6 months down the line, whether it's 12 months down the line, it will be a stage that, I suppose, if you're in the virtual tour industry, that after a set period of time, you will want to try and scale and try and implement some of these tactics in terms of your sales, your marketing, to try and get to the next level, to try and get the higher value customers, or to try and just take on more customers.
Yeah.
So I suppose the easiest thing to do would be maybe to show you some of the landing pages maybe. So this is our I suppose our dashboard. So again, you'll see that it's broken into CRM on the left hand side, marketing tools, landing pages, email marketing, SEO, and then sales, which would be our sales pipelines, which is just like your CRM again, sales funnels, and return on investment calculators to help our customers, show their customers how they can get a return on their investment. So really the landing page is connected all. It's kind of like how your customer enters into your business. If you're say cold emailing, cold calling, reaching out to people on social media, you want something to show, I suppose, kind of like your virtual storefront. Something that's going to, say, if you're approaching auto dealers, for example, that you can show them, that's going to catch their attention. And really, this is something that is quite expensive to set up for, I suppose, new businesses, especially because it takes time, takes money to get actual, I suppose, professional designers. But we can do it, I suppose, on a mass scale, which makes it a bit easier for newer companies or people with lower budgets to be able to jump on board and have the access to this kind of high quality content. So it's simply just plugging your virtual tour in here, and we have some statistics that I suppose are help it sell, and then we can align this with whatever platform you're doing. So whether it's say Matterport or Cloud Pano or say Teleport Me, we can align the features of your platform with, I suppose, the content that's going out to your potential customers. But really I suppose there's what you see is just landing page here. There's probably about 20 different things running in the background here. So we have, say, this is hooked up to say an ebook. So you can send this out to say 100 leads in the morning. Say, for example, there might be only a couple of people might contact you through the contact. There might be, say, 10 people might download the ebook. These 10 people then start to be nurtured by our system. They'll receive, say, an email every couple of days over a couple of weeks period that you don't have to do. It's already set up. We have this hooked up to a calendar system that's already internally, so you don't have to hook it up to Calendly or anything like that. It's connected to your Gmail and your Zoom account, and everything is linked together. So there's a method to the madness when it comes to this. So we have this for I suppose virtually every industry that you could think of. As you can see, I suppose it's quite heavily focused on how to kind of position it as, say, a sales and marketing solution, how you can actually use it, say, for museums to, say, increase exposure, for use their content, I suppose, more effectively and drive online sales. So really, I suppose, I know that a lot of newer businesses that we've worked with that are purely just starting from scratch, they've even found these useful to know exactly what to talk about when they're approaching customers, to be able to focus on just a few key points that they can use to actually try to attract more customers or become more confident in their ability when it comes to delivering these type of services. To give kind of an overview of how I suppose everything on these landing pages kind of connects to the system and all, the best way to probably do it is this. So this is kind of like your overview. So this is running in the background on these 50 plus landing pages that we have. So while So this is what a marketing agency would set up. So if you hired a marketing agency in the morning to say develop, say, a sales funnel strategy for you to be able to nurture more leads, they'd set up, say, landing pages connected to, I suppose, a couple of different lead generation tactics, and then have a lot of these nurturing campaigns running in the background to try and get people on your calendar. Because at every stage of the way, if you keep, I suppose, pounding on at people in the correct manners, there will be a certain number of people who will fall off along the way, and those other people will be left then to, I suppose, either take action or find out more information. But usually what small businesses do is that after the first phone call or two or the first email or two, we give up. But they could be the perfect buyer, but they just haven't seen exactly the right content yet. So this is what we have running in the background for all of these different industries. We have, say, so it can be used in terms of, say, organic search, so SEO. So we've SEO built into all of this as well. It can be, say, running through, say, maybe cold email campaigns or cold LinkedIn campaigns, and then just running through our social media platforms. So we can share this content through all of these and to try and bring in these new leads, and then having all these things running in the background. So then also then as well is so while all this is automatic as well, so while it looks all confusing and all, I suppose that the real game changer that I suppose the people we've been working with have been telling us is that they don't have any knowledge in sales and marketing. Some people have come from, say, a photography background, other people have come from, say, an industry specific background and found themselves in this industry, and this stuff kind of melts their head when you think about it. So really we show people how all this is running in the background, but we tell them that they don't need to be concerned about any of it. Basically, if they want to tweak some things, or if they have any specific workflows that they want us to build into it, we can do that for them. But if they want to just simply plug in and start following some of our sales strategies, all the better, because they won't get bogged down on it. They'll get out there quicker, and they'll be able to hit home in a couple of maybe industries that are close to them, or they've experience in, or just locally, that they can start bringing in new leads and showing them, I suppose, the benefits of it automatically without having to build up, say, a digital presence over a couple of months period, or put all these things in place. So even just for example, so on these landing pages, I've shown you that, say, we have it hooked up to this ebook, for example. So I just did this one earlier just so I could show you. So basically, this is just me signing up to, say, the ebook as a potential customer. First of all, I'd be asked to, say, confirm my email if we were in Europe for GDPR. So our platform is, I suppose, in line with GDPR, and then we do have a separate US, I suppose, USA one, because I suppose the privacy laws are a little bit different. So we do cater for, I suppose, all continents. But this is, say, the ebook that is fully white labeled. You can apply your own branding on this, use this as another kind of a showpiece to attract customers and nurture them and get them along. But so there's so what you see on the surface doesn't really even cover it, but people usually find that out when they're along the way, which is good too. So yeah, let me see. So again, I could probably spend 3 or 4 hours taking you through all of the areas of this, but I think the landing pages kind of show the best parts of it. I'll just show you maybe the sales funnels.
So many people say, look, I just started a virtual tour, photography, whatever business. I don't have any customers.
Yeah.
But I just want to do photography. I don't want to sell. But a large part of that business is selling, right? And marketing. So just get this software and it'll do it for you. And then you can concentrate on doing what you love, which is the photography part.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what a lot of, I suppose, people probably are not aware, like, in terms of that. Even established businesses that we see or talk to, is that, like, they have their presentation piece or their show piece, but then when it comes to it, like, it's not really up to scratch when they're talking to larger or bigger businesses. And it's the same with even small business owners, as you said, brand new virtual tour businesses. A lot of times people were visual, especially in the age of the internet. We only have a very short attention span, and basically we wanted to design something that kind of hits home right away, is very eye-catching, is going to be better than your competitors, and they're designed to be that way. So really, you only have maybe a couple of seconds or a minute to really impress somebody, or give them reason to find out more. And that's what a lot of what we've been finding. It's funny, like, same with the core, same with when we kind of had an agency, and same with this, like, really the kind of way that we envision using it. Kind of our users come to us and tell us how they're really using it. A lot of the people that are using it more successfully are even using it after the initial point of contact in the presentation. They'll share the screen, they'll take them through the landing pages, show them exactly, I suppose,
Yep.
how everything works, what it is. We'll show them, we have this, say, built-in, say, return on investment page, for example, and we have all these calculators built in. They'll use this to kind of show them exactly, I suppose, how many listings you had a year. I suppose we can predict, say, an extra, say, couple of percent, say 2-3%. This is how much extra to bring you in. Let's set up that first free trial. Let's get it on board. They use this as a way to kind of close the deal, build a relationship, and really that's what we're trying to do is kind of arm people with more power, more knowledge to be able to put themselves in a position where they can actually win more customers, but also more higher value customers, kind of those bigger companies that you need to appear more professional. And appearances, unfortunately, are everything when it comes to online. If a marketing company is reaching out to me and I look at their website and it's terrible, you're not going to work with somebody like that. So it's the same thing with a virtual tour company. A bigger company will look more closely at these areas. They will be more impressed if your appearance is more impressive. And that's one thing that we found out, I suppose, the hard way at times along the way. But really that's what we want to be able to give that to people as well, and kind of show them that you don't have to be a big organization to win a big high value client. You just need to be able to have a solid delivery process in place, a solid onboarding processes in place, and content to put yourself in a position to be able to win them in the first place. And that's I suppose what our overall goal is at the end of the day.
Yeah, these websites are nice. They're very nice, very professional.
Let me see if we have any. So even just let me see. So this is say one of the sales funnel processes. So you'll see we have all of this running in the background. Let's just say even nurture message 1. So when someone signs up to the ebook, say I'm a customer signing up for the ebook, this is the system that is, I suppose, built internally. Some people who have experience in, I suppose, sales or marketing, they like being able to build out their own funnels into this. Other people, they don't really want to know about, but they just know that this system is nurturing their customers, and they're seeing leads coming in on a weekly basis, and they're happy with that. But really, it's everybody to their own. But we have all this built in.
Oh, again. Wow. So you've written all that for people.
Yeah, everything is written. Everything is written. We have all these email sequences written that are connected to all landing pages. The ebooks are already written that are connected to landing pages.
Yeah.
The setup time for this is about roughly about 1 to 2 hours. To set this and that's purely just adding your own personal details that we don't know, just so it appears as your business. But everything else is done basically. So we have all of these running in the background. Again, we have
nice.
3 days, send the next message.
So one of the things that people don't like to do is they don't like to write. So you've done that for them. You've written all the emails and all the stuff. You've created these landing pages with amazing stuff on them. So you don't have to pay, like people pay $30,000 for a web page design, right? Yeah. So you're saving money and you're looking good because you've got these very well written emails, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and that it is very much a time saving solution just as much as anything. And even what a lot of people do, they look through, they'll see the structure of, I suppose, our messages, our funnels. They'll simply duplicate our funnel and they'll create their own. So what we do is what a lot of people have done actually is that if we go back to let me exhale this for a minute. So we have one, say, for ebook shortened sales. So this is just the ebook for any industry that it's focused as, say, sales and marketing solutions. So we use the same ebook for, say, real estate, hospitality, dental, medical, auto dealers, all of those industries. But what a lot of people do is that they'll just simply duplicate this and then say ebook, say, shortened sales process real estate, and they'll redesign the real estate redesign the ebook that we provide them just to be more so in line with real estate. Maybe take them an hour or so, change around the emails to be focused towards real estate, and now you have an even more focused offer or a more focused product for a real estate company, even a greater appearance. So yeah, I suppose the options are unlimited when people dive in. Also, actually, I show you the calendar system. So calendar system is kind of similar to Calendly, for example. So we just go to this.
Are you drinking whiskey?
Not yet. It's a bit early. It's only 5:30. I don't start drinking until 6 usually. So yeah, here's the calendar system. Again, it's all hooked up to your Gmail, your Google, your and your Zoom. We have all, again, these start automations as well. So if a company says they're in, say, their hotel or accommodation, with our system sends them out a questionnaire. That questionnaire will ask them, I suppose, some information about their sales and marketing before the call. People can actually look through some of our sales training to see exactly, I suppose, if say a business says that they're doing this in the marketing, or they're currently at this, and they're trying to get to this, you can kind of align that up with our sales training to help you, give you a better chance to close the deal as well. So we do have some of our training built into this portal as well. So you'll see on, say, let's just say the VTSA program. So we give a lot of the people joining up access to a couple of the industries in this, just kind of help them further along and help them understand, I suppose, the best kind of way to be able to approach it as well. So we can log in and view a lot of that content from here. And then we do have, say, the support portal then as well. So we have a full-time support agent that is helping people, assisting them with setup and any questions that they have, and like, I suppose, any kind of, I suppose, software offer then as well. So I suppose that's kind of the very quick synopsis.
Well, okay. So are you offering this now to the public? Is it open?
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's open in essence. So we're kind of just offering it to members of our Facebook group at the moment. But we are, I suppose, in the next couple of weeks going to be advertising them more kind of on a wider scale. But at the moment, it's only accessible through members of our Facebook community, the Virtual Tour Sales Accelerator group. So really, just because we've been assisting people with the setup, there is in terms of connecting their domain, in terms of, I suppose, 100% white labeling it, it's in our interest to be able to, I suppose, help people do that and get them up and running within a 24-hour period. So if anybody does want to jump on board, we do have a 2-week free trial running at the moment. So you can contact me directly, or go to our website and we can sign you up that way.
So the website is virtualtoursales.com?
Virtualtoursales.com. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's the website. Yeah. And then we do have a user group as well. So we do put up, I suppose, regular content in that, in terms of, I suppose, use cases. And we are developing content on a regular basis in terms of new landing pages. A lot of what we've been developing recently has been very much what people have been asking us for, in terms of maybe industries that are not included at the moment, or in terms of platforms that are using, whether it's a Treatis or MP Embed, for example, with Matterport users. Really, we can just build out kind of more specific feature-rich pages to help them kind of promote what they have and what they do differently, and when it comes to that then as well.
Okay, so there's a 2-week free trial. So go to virtualtoursales.com if you want to sign up for that. How much does this whole thing cost?
Yeah, so at the moment we're running a special within our main Facebook group, and that is $69 a month. That'll only be open for another couple of weeks, and then it will be going to around $80 a month after that.
Wow, that's very affordable. Okay, so the Facebook group, if people want to join, can they join that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a free group to join. We have about 2,500 members at the moment in it. So if people want to sign up to that, they'll find more information in that. Again, one of our main support guy, he'll be the one that'll be kind of onboarding people and setting them up and helping them connect up their business to this then as well. So we do only take on a couple of people every day, just so we can really kind of help people set it up and use it, and kind of reduce that churn.
Yeah. All right. So the Facebook group is called
the Virtual Tour Sales Accelerator.
Virtual Tours Sales Accelerator. All right. So join that if you're interested. Definitely join it to see what's going on and to get all the specials and everything that's coming out.
Yeah, we've a lot of free content in that as well. Again, most people are there for the free stuff. same way. The same way I'm a member of a number of Facebook groups for the free stuff. That's part of it as well. But join up. There's plenty of free goodies in it either way. Anyway.
Well, Tomas, you are a part of the 3D virtual tour community, and you're very well known. So I know you have a lot of people that follow you, and that I think what you've created is fantastic. You actually shocked me when you showed me what you'd come up with.
Well, we've working on it. Yeah, worked on it for 12 months nearly now. So it's but again, it was definitely 2 steps forward, 1 step back. sometimes 2 step forward, 3 step back for a lot of months. But yeah, it was released 6 months later than we expected, but that's probably quicker than expected. Most probably software people will tell you, but it's a different animal to be taken on. But thankfully, it's been, people have been loving it so far, and again, we're slowly rolling it out, so we can do it right anyway.
You don't know how many people are like, oh, I just started my business and I don't have enough customers, and
Yeah,
oh, I don't want to spend all the time doing sales, right? I'm a
yeah, that's it.
photographer, and I get that because I don't like to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
sales. So
Oh,
for
yeah,
$69 a month, not to have to do that, have it automated and look professional is so important. So
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely, yeah, and that's it. Like, it takes away a headache. Does
yeah,
something, it runs in the background, so you don't have to, basically.
yeah,
Um, and I've been always a firm believer in, like, software is getting cheaper and cheaper. Is that you should definitely try 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 having a system run your sales and marketing before hiring somebody, because
yeah.
most people kind of jump to that level, and then they have to jump back before they know it, and that's something that I also learned the hard way along the way as well. So yeah, try automate what you can automate.
Exactly. Totally. All right. So join the Facebook group, Virtual Tour Sales Accelerator. The website is www.virtualtoursales.com. There's a 2-week free demo.
Yep.
Yeah. Reach out. Tomas is always available, and I know his team is. They're great. So thank you,
Yeah, thanks very
Tomas.
much.
I
No,
love
thanks very
what
much.
you've
Appreciate
done.
it.
So I
Yeah,
can't
thanks very
wait
much.
for the next 12 months to see what else you come up with.
I'll probably have a new business by the time we're around next week.
Yeah, so tune in a year from now. Tomas will have a whole new thing for you.
Yeah.
How to make six figures by sitting at home in your pajamas doing nothing but drinking Irish whiskey, right?
Yeah, that's it. The dream. So hopefully I won't be in Ireland though anymore.
Yeah, well, COVID's.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm so grateful you've come on. I've learned a lot. I hope everybody watching has too. Thank you so much, Tomas. You've been great, and best of luck. I know your product will do really well.
Thanks very much, Lee. Appreciate the time, and thanks very much for what you're doing for the community as well.
Of course. All right, everybody, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye bye.
Yeah.